What's up guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to change a tyre with the Harbour Freight tyre changer, or wherever you get it from, the generic eBay made in China tyre changer that you see online, and letting you know if it's any good for changing alloy wheels. It does advertise that it's only for steel wheels, but there's a few little modifications you can make to it to allow you to use it to change alloy wheels. It is difficult changing the bigger wheels. I probably wouldn't go any higher than 18-inch wheels, but what I'll do, I'll show you how I get on today. I've got a couple of tyres to change over, and you can make your own decision after that. So I've got it set up on this pallet at the moment. It's just on these coach bolts, so when I'm not using it I can just buzz those off and store it away, because it does need to be mounted to a flat base really. The pallet's fine, or if you've got a workshop you could mount it on, then that would be good as well. I haven't done a great deal to it. I've added these this just like foam matting I've cut up, because under there you sometimes might catch the wheel on either of these parts, so I've just cut those to protect that. Obviously it wouldn't be a problem if you're using it on steel wheels, but where we're using alloys it might make it a bit of a problem. I've added these couple of springs just to make the bead breaker a bit easier. They do work really well. It's just a bit of a pain lifting that up and getting that out of the way when you're spinning the wheel around to break the beads. And the other thing, so you see this this just unscrews so you can lock the wheel in place. And also when you are mounting them a standard wheel, it doesn't matter about those, you can just fit the wheel as you would normally and then put those on top to stop that from digging into the paintwork. It does need to be fairly tight when you're doing it, but yeah, so that's pretty much all the modifications I've done to the changer itself. One thing I did spend a bit of money on was this tyre lever. So with the kit itself you get this one, which is great for doing steel wheels or any wheels you don't care about, but it will absolutely grind them really badly if you do try and use it on alloys. But with this one, again, this is a motor mech one, but there's quite a few of these for sale. I think Sealy do one, and I think there's another one, but they all do the same job. But that's got rollers on it, so that will glide around the edge of the rim without scratching it. There's got this hard plastic area here, so yeah, that is all the gear I've got, and I've just got a spike there just to help if I need it. Right, I'm going to get on and start. I'm going to pull the valve core out, let that go down, and then I will start breaking the bead. So we can see the bead's all broken now. I went and got a tripod just to make life a bit easier. So next step is to mount it on there and start getting the tyre off. So there we go, that's one off. It did its job. A little bit of lubrication helped. Yeah, it was really really hard to get it started, getting the top edge of the tyre going over the edge of the wheel. But just a bit of persistence. You really got to jab the lever in there to get the end in between the tyre and the rim. But once you've done that, I would say probably getting the top edge or the outer edge of the tyre over the lip is probably the hardest bit, really. But if you struggle, as you probably saw at the beginning, just wouldn't move at all. Yeah, so just a little bit of soapy water will help.
Plenty of lubricants on the tire, wheel and lever bar will make it easier. You will notice when the tire is close to popping on it will get super tight, so you can lift the bar to help ease it onto the rim. Also notice how the other side of the tire has pushed right into that recess on the rim. You may need to use one hand to hold it in place while you do this.
That wasn't too bad, to be honest, to do. Yeah, you could see I didn't use the cream all the way around, because the problem I normally have, I should say I'm not a tyre fitter. I've only really learnt from doing the ones that I've done and from watching YouTube. But what I found in the past is when you're levering the bar around, if it's lubricated all the way around, the part that's not underneath the lip will just keep sliding around like that. So that's the reason I did it like that. Whether it's right or not, I don't know, but that's just what works for me. That wasn't too bad, to be honest. I think in the past I've used a few part warns which have been a bit brittle, which probably made life a bit easier. These are really soft, so yeah, not too bad. But there we go, it's all fitted. So that's a 215 40 18 on a 8.5J rim, so should look pretty good. Next part is actually getting it to seat, so let's go and do that. Next thing you need to do is get the tyre seated on the rim. Sometimes you can just force air through without the valve core in, and that's enough to seat in there. But if not, then we'll have to use a bit of fire, and I'll go through that with you if we have to do it. But if not, let's try just pumping it up with the compressor first. So there we go, it's all fitted. Went off with a bit of a bang. It's different every time, really. Sometimes I think it's where it was mostly fitted and it was quite a small area that wasn't on the lip quite right, so it needed a lot of pressure. I'm only using a small compressor though, so it popped around 40-50 psi maybe. Right guys, so in conclusion, for me, as someone who changes tyres every now and again, and is a bit restricted on space, this is a good tool in my opinion. It was a bit of a learning curve to begin with doing this, because all the information and videos I was finding online was how to change tyres on small steel rims, whereas I wanted to use this for low profile tyres on big alloy wheels. So there was definitely a challenge there, but I feel we've got a good process on how to do that now, and yeah, it definitely works for me. And so if you're going to give it a go, then I say go for it. Just make sure you allow yourself plenty of time the first time you do it, because it will be, if it's anything like my experience, then there will be a bit of trial and error there. And just be careful as well, because it's especially doing it on the bigger wheels with lower profile tyres again, it does require a lot of force to actually move the lever bar on the tyre and get those tyres actually fitted on the rim. So there's the potential to be injured from slipping or something like that. So it's just something to keep in mind. Obviously, if you want to use these on the street, then it is best to get the wheels balanced as well. So it's a case of going to the shop, or if you want to do it DIY, then you can look at something like a bubble balancer if you want to do it yourself. But hopefully you found this useful. If there's any questions or anything you think I can help with, then I'll do my best. Just put them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like and subscribe to the channel. But apart from that, see you next time.